Ever wonder how the ultra-rich made their fortunes? Some of them may have ventured into legal and ethical gray areas. Now that's not to say they're all villains twirling their mustaches as they plot their next nefarious scheme. No, they're just playing the game with a different set of rules. Welcome to the world of the ruthless mindset. This isn't your run-of-the-mill go-to-the-office 9-to-5 mindset. It's a mindset that refuses to accept mediocrity, that doesn't flinch at the prospect of risk, that always asks, what's in it for me? This mindset is not for the faint-hearted. It's for those who want to play the game on their own terms, for those who aren't afraid to make their own rules. You see, some ultra-rich individuals have a peculiar way of thinking. They prioritize personal gain above all else. They see opportunities where others see obstacles. They see potential where others see pitfalls. This mindset is not about being unethical or immoral. It's about understanding the system and exploiting it for personal gain. Now you might be asking, but isn't that risky? Isn't that unethical? Well, the line between ethical and unethical can often be blurry. And this ruthless mindset doesn't fear venturing into these gray areas. It's not about breaking the law. It's about bending it, stretching it, until it serves your purpose. But remember, this is not a game for everyone. It requires a certain audacity, a certain fearlessness. It's a game for those who are willing to step out of their comfort zone, who are not afraid to question the status quo, who are ready to take the road less traveled. So, are you ready to step into this world? Are you ready to adopt this ruthless mindset? Remember, it's not about the money, it's about the freedom to make your own rules, to play the game on your terms. So the first step to amassing wealth is adopting a ruthless mindset, but what comes next? Having a ruthless mindset alone isn't enough. You need to know where and how to apply it. Let's consider the world as a chessboard where markets are the squares and humans are the pieces. Some individuals, the masterminds, have perfected the art of exploiting both. They've identified the exploitable markets and human weaknesses and have leveraged them for their gain. Take, for instance, the rise and fall of the dot-com bubble at the turn of the millennium. The market was ripe with potential, and eager investors were ready to throw their money at anything that had a .com in its name. The masterminds saw this as a golden opportunity. They created tech companies with lofty promises but little substance, exploiting the market's optimism and the human weakness for get-rich-quick schemes. The end result? A bursting bubble, a market crash, and masterminds who walked away with pockets lined with gold. Then there's the classic example of exploiting human weaknesses, fear, and desperation. During times of crisis, whether it's a natural disaster or a global pandemic, there are those who capitalize on the situation. They stockpile essential goods and sell them at exorbitant prices, exploiting the market scarcity and the human instinct for survival. Unethical? Absolutely. Profitable? Undeniably. The strategic thinking behind these actions is simple yet ruthless. Identify a market vulnerability or a human weakness. Create or find a product that exploits that vulnerability or weakness. Then sell before the market adjusts or the weakness is addressed. But remember, these are just examples. This isn't a call to action, but rather a study of strategy. It's about understanding the game, not necessarily playing it. It's about acknowledging that the world isn't always fair, and that there are those who seize opportunities regardless of the ethics involved. Knowing where to apply your ruthless mindset paves the way to wealth, but how do you scale up? Wealth isn't built in isolation, you need connections. This adage rings true in the realm of wealth creation. Connections are the invisible threads that weave the fabric of success. They are the conduits through which opportunities flow, the bridges that link you to unexplored territories of prosperity. Think of networking as building your own personal army, an army of associates, collaborators, mentors, and even competitors, each playing a crucial role in your march towards wealth. Every individual you connect with brings to the table a unique set of skills, perspectives, and opportunities. It's like having a treasure chest of resources at your disposal, ready to be deployed when the opportunity presents itself. Now let's take a look at some of the ultra-rich individuals who have reaped the benefits of networking. Take, for instance, the magnates of Silicon Valley. Their wealth isn't just a product of their groundbreaking innovations or sharp business acumen. A significant part of their success can be attributed to their extensive networks. These networks have enabled them to scale their operations, diversify their portfolios, and ultimately multiply their wealth manifold. But building a network isn't just about adding names to your contact list. It's about establishing mutually beneficial relationships. It's about creating value for your connections, so they, in turn, create value for you. It's a game of give and take, where the currency is not just money, but opportunities, knowledge, and influence. Remember, a strong network is like a well-oiled machine. It requires regular maintenance. It involves nurturing relationships, staying in touch, and reciprocating the help and support you receive. It's a long-term investment that can yield high returns if managed wisely. And here's the clincher. As your network expands, so does your influence. Your reach extends beyond your immediate circle, penetrating into sectors and industries you'd never thought you'd venture into. Your network becomes your footprint in the world of wealth creation, marking your journey from a mere participant to a formidable player. Building a strong network can significantly boost your wealth, but how do you manage the consequences? Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. You're not just amassing wealth, you're amassing influence. Use it wisely. The road to wealth isn't always smooth. There are consequences, but some choose to ignore them. In the realm of the ultra-rich, ignoring consequences isn't necessarily a byproduct of wealth, but rather, it's a strategy. It's a part of a mindset that's laser-focused on the pursuit of wealth, with little regard for potential fallout. Consider the mavericks of Wall Street, the tech moguls of Silicon Valley, or the oil barons of the Middle East. These individuals have faced backlash, criticism, and in some instances even legal consequences, yet they've continued their relentless pursuit of wealth. It's a high-stakes game of risk and reward. The players are aware of the potential consequences, but they're willing to gamble, to push the envelope. They understand that the road to extraordinary wealth is paved with risks, and they are ready to face them head-on. But why, you may wonder? Would someone willingly walk into a storm of controversy and potential disaster? The answer lies in the lure of the endgame. The promise of unimaginable wealth is a powerful motivator. It can dull the sting of criticism, blind one to ethical dilemmas, and even make legal battles seem like mere speed bumps on the road to riches. Yet, it's not just about the money. It's about the thrill of the chase, the adrenaline rush of taking risks and coming out on top. It's about proving to oneself and to the world that they can play the game and win, regardless of the odds. But this mindset isn't for everyone. It requires a certain kind of audacity, a willingness to walk on the edge, to dance with danger. It's a game not of the faint-hearted, but of the daring, the defiant, the unapologetically ambitious. Ignoring consequences is a risky move, but for some, it's a part of the game. But what happens when you've made so much money it makes you sick? This is a question that few can answer, for it is a reality that only a select few will ever experience. It's the paradox of wealth, the price of ambition, and the cost of ignoring consequences. Imagine having so much money it makes you sick. What do you do then? Well, you revel in it. You bask in the glory of your wealth, the fruits of your ruthless pursuit of success. You've worked hard, exploited markets, capitalized on human weaknesses, and built a network that's brought you here. It's time to enjoy it, regardless of its impact on others. You see, the ultra-rich live in a different reality, one where the numbers on their bank statements are just another score in the game of wealth accumulation. They're not just wealthy, they're fabulously, obscenely, and unapologetically rich. They've reached a level where money no longer holds the same meaning for them as it does for the rest of us. It's a tool, a measure of success, a symbol of their prowess in the game of capitalism. Their wealth is not about fulfilling needs or securing a comfortable life. It's a testament to their power, their cunning, and their relentless drive. It's about winning, and every dollar is another point on the scoreboard. They celebrate their success with extravagant displays of wealth. They buy yachts, private jets, and islands. They throw lavish parties and dine on the most exquisite cuisines. They adorn themselves in the finest clothes and jewels money can buy. They live in opulence, surrounded by the best of everything. But it's not just about the material possessions. It's about the freedom, the power, the influence that comes with such wealth. They can do what they want, go where they want, buy what they want. They can shape the world to their liking, bend the rules to their advantage. They don't dwell on the negative effects of their wealth. They don't lose sleep over the exploitation, the ruthlessness, the moral gray areas. They've chosen to play the game, and they play to win. So, there you have it. This is how some of the ultra-rich have made their fortunes. It's a ruthless game. Are you ready to play?